Today on Suncoast View, could the Tampa Bay Rays get a new stadium in a new location? What could it mean for the Suncoast? We'll discuss.
Big changes are on the way for Moat Marine. The chairman of the board is here to tell us all about their new aquarium and location.
And what says Valentine's Day better than a store full of handmade chocolate? We'll take you on a field trip to the new Peterbrook Chocolatier in downtown Sarasota. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Hey, it is Friday. Welcome to Suncoast View. What a great week and what a great way to end the week. We have one of our favorite couples on the Suncoast, John Scalzi,
yes, we do.
ABC7 meteorologist, and our favorite funny lady, motivational speaker, Linda Larson.
Thank you for bringing us in on Chocolate Day.
Yes,
Chocolate Day.
Yes, we are going to take a tour of a brand new chocolate store that is open in downtown Sarasota. And I will confess that I have already dipped my hand into the chocolate and it's delicious.
Oh my gosh, a whole store devoted to chocolate. I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, I might want to register for any gift registries coming up. And I will not mess up that we have Linda Carson next to Linda Larson. So
Oh,
I'm
this is always a problem.
For both of us. Not you guys, but we're the ones. I call myself Linda Carson. She calls herself Linda
I have
Larson.
done that on the air.
And so many people out there think that you and I are married.
But if you ever make the mistake, you're dead,
I'm
John.
in trouble, big trouble.
Oh, it's going to be a fun show, I can already tell. And, you know, we always like to kind of keep tabs on what you two are doing when you're not here. And you are dog lovers like the rest of us, and you take your dogs out for some exercise. Tell us about the dog agility course.
Oh, look at that.
What?
Who is this,
cool?
Zoe? Is this Zoe that you
This
took
is
out?
Zoe.
This is Zoe. She's one of our newer doggies, and she loves agility. Some dogs, I think, really enjoy that kind of work, you know, and other dogs, you know, would prefer to take a nap. But she loves it. We had a previous dog named Phoebe, who absolutely loved it as well. And you know, she looks forward to going to class, and all you got to do is say go, and she takes off and likes to run this course, and it's great. It's great fun for everybody.
So she knew what to do. She knew to go through, jump over.
Yeah, well, you train them. You go through class
Okay.
and you teach them. And I'll tell you one thing it really does is, I think you'd agree to this, is that it really establishes a bond between owner and pet. We had the first dog that did this, Phoebe, was terribly afraid of men. You know, remember, she wouldn't take food from me initially, only from Linda.
Oh, wow.
And then we took this course, and you know, within 3 or 4 months, she became my best friend.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah,
Really?
she looks.
Oh, that's great.
She looks up to the handler to say, "What would you like for me to do? You're the boss. I will listen to you." And you point, and they go, and you say stop, and they stop. They learn that you are the one that they are connected to, and they want, and they connect. It's
good fun.
wonderful.
I love this. And you know what?
Yeah.
You may have a Westminster winner on your hands in a few years, the way she was darting about the course.
Some people go on to compete, absolutely. We're probably not going to ever do that.
No pressure, no pressure. Well, we have a friendly face in the kitchen today. One of our favorites, Chef Joe from Cafe Barboso. Welcome. Yes. All
Two
right.
Lindas and John, my favorite people.
This is a great day already. What are we making
Absolutely.
today?
Today we're going to do the incredible Valentine's dessert for the husbands to try and make for the wives. Simple, easy, Pinot Noir poached pear over strawberry ice cream.
Ooh.
Simple.
I
Yes.
love this, and it's a nice thing for the husbands to make for the wives. You know,
Exactly.
we've been talking a lot about gift ideas, and I don't mean to be, you know, sexist or typical, but a lot of times we feature ideas for the lady, and so it's nice to kind of give the guy some ideas.
Good point,
Yes.
Joey.
Let him have it.
And keeping that idea going, we have a really fun gift idea. All right, so we know that guys are typically hard to buy for, and subscription boxes are very popular. So this one kind of combines everything that we think that the guys like. It's called Man Crates. So this one down below, this is the Clean Shave Man Crate, and it comes in all different types. You can get food, you can get gifts, gadgets, but it comes in the actual crate that it is sitting on down there. So they also have things that are uncrated, but we had a little problem uncrating our own. So there's producer Matt. So this was the shaving kit. It comes in the crate. You can see Stephanie got involved. She said, all right, boys, move over. I can handle this. I tried my hand at it. It comes with a crowbar, and that crate is actually sealed.
That's very clever.
So half of the fun is getting into it, and I think, you know, most of the men in our lives, we know that they like a challenge. So we sped this up. It was actually a little bit over 5 minutes, I think,
Really?
where we tried, and finally producer Matt jumped back in and got the crate open.
It comes with a crowbar.
It comes with its own little crowbar.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. So, John Scalzi, you are kind of our master handy guy. So that one is sealed. That is actually an exotic meats gift box.
Exotic meats, okay.
So that one is sealed. So
Yes.
you have the crowbar, no
Yes.
pressure. But,
No
But
pressure.
he's a scientist. He can do
exactly. I
No,
feel
we
like
need a workbench.
he's going to assess.
This. Uh-oh.
Do we have Band-Aids?
No, and then
Oh
So-
my gosh, this is so
they don't play
well
around
sealed.
with this
They
thing.
really don't, do they?
But you know how they say when you give a child a gift, they usually like the box that it came in a little bit better. So I think that this Man
think John
Crates has
Scalzi
the
got
same.
I've met my match here. Wow, this is
Games before
Well, John,
This
while
is
you are
seriously-
working on that, we will show you.
At the end of the show.
Linda,
Look at
they
this.
also delivered. This
Oh,
is a
thank
salami
you.
bouquet.
Thank you, Joey. You shouldn't have.
So this one is not sealed, so you can.
These are all salamis? Wow, they're very long. Look at this.
Yes, yes.
Wow, what a gift.
So roses are typical. Here's a
Roses
salami.
go a lot faster than all the salami.
All right, John, we won't put you on the spot. We'll let you kind of continue to work on that throughout
Just laughing
the
at
show.
the salamis.
Would you like a hammer?
Oh, it is Friday. All right, so John, you can take a little break, but we're going to dive into our first hot topic. So the start of spring's training season is just a few weeks away here on the Suncoast, but our Tampa Bay Rays are starting a whole new chapter of the team. After months of rumors, the team announced today that they want to move the team to Tampa from its current location in downtown St. Pete. The Rays want to build a new stadium in Ybor City near the Channel District, not far from Amalie Arena where the Tampa Lightning play. If all goes planned, the move would take place in 2022 or maybe 2023, but financing has not been hammered out. So you can see a location here of where it is proposed in Ybor. The Rays ranked last in the league for attendance last year. So I asked the Suncoast, are we losing our closest baseball team if they move to Tampa?
Well, if we'll drive that far, we'll drive a little bit further. And if it's better for them, and obviously if they're in last place, anything's better for them.
But will we drive that far? I mean, the drive to St. Pete, you know, depending on where, if you're in Manatee, that could be 20 minutes, half an hour. Going to Ybor takes you a little bit further, maybe an hour. Is that going to dissuade Suncoast baseball fans?
If you're a fan, I don't think so.
I think it's hard to dissuade a baseball fan.
Yeah, yeah.
It really is. You know. And plus, I suppose baseball fans want to keep baseball teams in their town, and perhaps the only way for them to do that and grow is to be able to tap into that Orlando market, which is what they want to do, I suppose, by moving to Tampa. So, I don't know. We'll see.
It is definitely an easier shot from Orlando, and I think you're dead on that. You know, if they want to get attendance up, they're thinking they can get the people from Orlando, take I-4 directly over to Ybor, where it's a little less convenient for Orlando people to go to St. Pete. It's just a couple
You
more
know what?
bridges.
I kinda
If they
worry-
win, they will have crowds.
Yeah.
If they lose, they won't. Everybody will go to a winner.
Kind of worry about all those people, though, who built up their businesses around those stadiums, you know, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden they've got...
Oh,
That
that's
is gonna
bad.
leave-
Yeah,
that'll
that's going
leave
to
a big
hurt.
hole in the middle of St. Pete. And
Sure will.
are they missing out on an opportunity, though? I mean, a lot of growth is happening down on this side of the bridge, and
it
a
is.
lot of people with either that are retired or have expendable income that could hop in the car and just go see a game today. So
But
are
I
they
guess
missing
they
out?
aren't doing that, so that's hurting them badly.
Well, I'll just throw in a different kind of perspective. I used to go to the games with my son, Miles, because he had season tickets. The best part of the game for me was the drive to the stadium, because it was a one-on-one, get to talk. So I don't care where I drive. If I'm driving with someone I enjoy and I can spend time talking to them, I'm good with that.
Drive home was long sometimes.
Like most road trips, the drive home is a little. That's a nice perspective, though. You know what? No sour grapes on this side. Good for the Rays if they're going to go to Tampa, and we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on. There's some renderings out there, but none of them are official. What the new stadium will look like. Well, other changes coming. The compact disc is now going to be heading to the archives. Major retailers, Best Buy and rumored to be Target as well, are reconsidering carrying CDs. Best Buy will stop selling CDs on July 1st. Target has said that they want to sell them on consignment so they don't have to pay suppliers, that any might go unsold. Since the peak in 2000, recorded music has lost 40% of its global value, and streaming took over as our music listening choice in 2016. All right, fess up, when was the last time you went in to buy a CD?
Can't remember.
No.
Yeah.
They're not high enough quality anymore. For me, I mean, they have a new thing now on one streaming music service that's called MAQ, that is master tape quality streaming audio. You need a special little decoder and whatever, but I mean, it gives you sound that is so far above CD level, and you can download the files if you want and keep them on your personal device, so you always have them. You can buy them like you would buy a CD. So I think there's no need for CDs anymore.
Will the artists make as much money?
That I don't
Yes.
know. They will still.
Yes.
That's good.
How do they make their money?
By downloads. By downloading, you can purchase. It's actually a little more expensive than buying a CD to purchase one of the records on file. There are companies out there called High-Res Music or HD Tracks and things like that that sell only these highest quality files that far surpass the space available on a CD to put a music file, and they're running around $20 to $26 per record.
Wow.
So
very
record? Do
good.
we call them records
Yeah,
anymore?
well,
I don't know.
yes, vinyl's not gone anywhere, interestingly enough. People are still shopping for
resurgence.
vinyl. And I think Amazon, we made some comments earlier that a lot of us would go into Best Buy to look at a gadget and then go home and order it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Good point.
You know what, though? I love Amazon. I gave my son one of those little floor cleaner things. Didn't work on his floor. Called Amazon and said, I got this from my mom in Florida. It's charged to her. They said, send it back. We'll give you the certificates on Amazon.
Wow.
So he was a very happy man.
All right,
Yeah.
see?
I will tell you one thing that I think brings a tear to the eyes of people who do love CDs or the records originally is those album covers and the liner notes.
Yeah.
You really miss that. You got to know
yeah.
something about the history of the music and
Yes.
such. Gonna miss that.
And that was actually a whole industry, was album cover art.
Yeah,
So
right.
how often do you look at the cover of the album when you just buy it on iTunes or whatever music series?
Exactly.
So that is sad. That part's sad.
Yeah.
Well, wellness vacation trends are taking off, but now 30,000 feet in the air. Hong Kong airline Cathay Pacific now offers an in-flight well-being program where passengers can do yoga in their seats. The program is meant for frequent business travelers who are at greater risk of blood clots, anxiety, and weakened immune systems, probably from sitting so long. Do you get fidgety on long flights? Linda Larson, you are a resident traveler. Would you do this?
Oh, absolutely. I do it anyway. It would be wonderful to have a reminder if a little thing comes up and says, would you like to do a little stretching now? Call it stretching.
But
Call it
in your
movement.
seat?
Yes.
Yes,
But
because
if I'm next to you,
oh, no, I'm not
yeah,
doing
these
that.
seats keep
I'm not,
getting smaller. How are you
wait
gonna
a
do
minute.
yoga?
I'm not doing a tree pose.
No downward dog.
Not doing downward dog and sun salutations. Not doing that. What I am doing, though, is I'm doing gentle stretches this way. I'm doing gentle stretches. I'm doing knee lifts, lifting my knees, stretching my calves. I might be doing some shoulder rolls. I might be
I
just
can see the man in the next seat.
like that, and let them look. Because if I am healthier and feel better at the end of this 5-hour flight that I just took to Los Angeles or Seattle, I'm good with that.
And the amount of time you spend in the air, I mean, it could be detrimental if you stay seated that entire time.
Really
So these
detrimental.
programs, like Linda says, they will guide you through, and a lot of them, some of them might be bending forward, leaning forward, doing things with your legs. When we first heard the story, I thought it was sun salutations in the aisle, and I thought, okay, we're going to have to nix this for security reasons. But yeah, a little movement. I get fidgety just sitting.
I'm going to Australia in about 3 weeks.
That's a long
trip. Yeah, so I'll have to be going.
Well, I do advise you maybe to get up and walk, and also to wear those compression stockings.
That's what my doctor said. She says she has a lot of people that come back and have heart attacks or
absolutely
something from that.
Absolutely.
And somebody told me too that I don't know if this is true, but I read it actually in an article that said that you can get little flashlights and put them under your kneecaps, and if you use them on the flight, you won't have what do they call it, jet lag? You won't have jet lag because it's going to
Little
reset your clock.
flashlights?
You
Do you turn them
hold
on?
You hold flashlights under your knees. I don't Google it. I don't know.
We're going to try this, Linda. We'll get flashlights and we'll sit with the show.
I'll send you selfies of my flashlights.
I want to see that.
Well, as Valentine's week is coming up, there's some romantic dates going to the movies this weekend, and I don't know if this falls under romance, but the final 50 Shades of Grey film comes out this weekend. Critics have weighed in, and I have to confess some of the quotes from reviews are downright hysterical. The Telegraph said, this is a film in which one of the more emotionally detailed performances is given by the product placement of Audi. The New York Daily News said the two stars, Dakota Johnson and Jessie Dornan, never connect. She rolls her eyes like a cranky teenager. He stares at her like a constipated cow.
Oh my, they know animals better than I do.
And in IndieWire, in cinema as in sex, they say a dose of self-awareness can do wonders. So, now this film, you know what? negative reviews aside, given the performance of the previous two films, I don't think it's going to hurt the box office.
There have been 2 past films?
Yes, this is the third one.
Oh, wait a minute. You saw one of them.
I saw the first one.
That's how memorable it was.
That one was not memorable at all.
Oh, all right. Well,
Do
we're
they live happily ever after?
Well, it's 50 Shades of Grey, so it's hard to define what is happily. All right, we are going to check in with our happy hour forecast, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the big news that Mote Aquarium announced this week.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your happy hour forecast and first alert weather here under the big top at Nathan Benderson Park. The circus is in town, kicking off tonight. Weather-wise, it's mild, 75 degrees. We have some clouds around, even a few light rain showers, 66 on the dew point. That's high. And winds are out of the west at 9 miles an hour. You see a few spotty showers have been popping up here and there, moving off to the northwest on a southeast wind. Temperatures did warm today into the low 80s. You can see 1 or 2 lone showers near the interstate and also just to the east of the interstate in the Manatee County, those pushing to the northwest. So we're going to keep a 20% chance for a passing shower in the mix through this evening. Most areas staying dry. 75 right now in Sarasota. And a little bit of a disturbance in the upper levels of the atmosphere in the Gulf, but should not have a big factor on our weather as it pushes off well to the north. We'll have much more on the circus and your weather forecast coming up at 5. See you then.
Big changes are on the way for Mote Marine. They are going to build a brand new aquarium in a brand new location. And here to tell us all about it and what it means for the Suncoast is Robert Essner, Mote's chairman of the board. Wow, this is huge news. Oh my goodness. So let's talk about the location. Where are you putting this aquarium?
Okay. Well, the aquarium is going to go out near the rowing park at Nathan Benderson Park, where we've had already some absolutely fabulous world-class events. And it's going to be very close to I-75, which makes it accessible to about 3 million people from this part of Florida within a 1-hour drive. And I think that was one of the big attractions of this location. I mean, it's a beautiful site, but also it makes Mote so much more accessible, the aquarium, so much more accessible to so many people. That was really the ideal place for us to go.
Oh, yes, because it's sort of tucked away right now. Well, tell us about the new aquarium now. What's it going to be like?
Well, it's going to be a spectacular aquarium. I don't know if people have seen already the renderings that have been shown in the newspaper and right here
on air. Oh, my goodness, it looks like a spaceship.
And it is an absolutely spectacular building. And if you think about the current aquarium, which I think most people here have been to, this is going to be much more than twice as big and a very modern, state-of-the-art facility that'll rival anything in the United States when it comes to aquariums.
It looks like one of the arts buildings in Valencia, Spain. They have a few buildings that look just like that. That's gorgeous.
Well, how will it help marine science? How will it advance marine science here on the Suncoast?
Well, the interesting thing about this aquarium is that we're really designing it in part as a great facility to see spectacular coral, big tanks, sharks, fish, otters, manatees, but we're also designing it as an educational facility. And when you walk in the door for the first time, you're going to see laboratories, you're going to see scientists, you're going to be engaged by people who are actually working in marine science. And this is, I think, especially important for the kids here. We want to see every student in this whole area have a chance to visit this aquarium, actually at no charge. And we hope some of these kids will get excited, some of them may want careers in marine science, but also build up their sensitivity to how important the seas are, how important the creatures that live in the sea are, especially to people that live around here. And that's really our goal, is to engage people, not just in a fun experience, but something that really helps them understand the importance of the oceans.
What a wonderful idea.
Well, the old aquarium, and I think some people have gotten the wrong impression that we're abandoning the facility.
Yes, there is a misconception
on
out
City
there.
Island, and actually the opposite is true. That facility is going to be turned into a much larger, much more impressive marine research laboratory. And actually many of the tanks that were used in the aquarium are actually ideal for marine research. And very few research laboratories have tanks of that scale that allow you to do research on really large-scale animals. So that site is going to be expanded. There are going to be more scientists there. We're going to make a large investment in that also. And that is anything but abandoning that site. We're going to actually hope to make it kind of the center, a sort of Silicon Valley for marine technology, marine science, and even marine businesses to be developed in Sarasota.
Yeah, it's wonderful to hear this in an era when so many scientific agencies, I think, are struggling to find the funding that they need, to hear of our own local science agency expanding and becoming even a greater impact to the mission.
Well, you've probably heard the phrase blue economy, the idea that the sea and what comes out of the sea and what can be done for the sea can be a great source of jobs and economic growth here, and that's really our goal.
Well, when is this going to happen?
Well, the plan, and this is kind of a best case scenario, but the plan is to break ground at the end of 2019 and then open the aquarium about 2 years later.
Okay. A nice Southern girl doesn't usually ask this.
Go ahead.
Where's money coming from?
Well, that's a big question. But we have thought through this very carefully. We've talked to lots of donors. We've talked to governments. We've talked to corporations. We've talked to foundations. And we think those will be the three sources of income: individual philanthropy, partnerships with corporations and other groups that want to help with marine science or want to be associated with it, and also city, county, state governments. Wow. We think will also help contribute.
Congratulations. Oh, you make us so proud to live here on the Suncoast. That is awesome. Moat Marine, of course, is open 365 days a year. To keep up with all the new developments, go to their website, moat.org. And next, do the old rules of dating still apply? I say, I don't
know. Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
It's Greek time! February 8th through the 11th at the 34th Annual St. Barbara Greek Festival. Bring your family and friends. Treat yourself to authentic Greek home cooking and pastries. Plus, dance to traditional Greek music. Visit a marketplace filled with crafts and jewelry from local artisans. Children will enjoy the kids zone and everyone will have a good time. Bring your appetites and spend a day in Greece without leaving the area. The Greek Festival at St. Barbara Greek Orthodox Church just north of University Parkway, where Lockwood and Talevast roads meet. Yasu!
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Well, hello.
Hello. Wouldn't you want to play some records?
Sure. But first, I did have one thing planned. Would you like to go to the senior play with me next Friday?
I'd love to. Thanks for asking.
Oh, they made young love look so easy in 1951. This clip was from an instructional film called Going Steady. So, all right, the 50s made it look pretty easy, but I'm guessing that dating wasn't quite that easy. I know it certainly might not still be. So, with Valentine's Day approaching, we thought it might be fun to take a look at some of the rules of dating etiquette from the 1950s.
Well, of course, I'm the only one that was there. But I graduated from college in 1960, so I was dating during the 50s.
All right, so some of these may, they'll be familiar to you. We'll see how you feel now with a little time away from them. So let's first look at the rules they gave the girls. So the first one, only floozies ask guys out.
Absolutely. I never had a friend that asked a guy out.
Wow.
It just didn't happen.
So she sat and waited until he... All right, next one. You're going to love these. When asked out, give an immediate answer. They say it's impolite to make a gentleman wait.
I don't know. We hesitated because you have to go with the first one that you say yes to. If you get a better offer, then you can't turn the first one down and go with the second one. So you had to hesitate and make sure, do I want to commit to this?
It's like sitting at a paddle race or an auction.
Waiting for somebody else to make a better offer, yes.
All right, well, they go on. They get better. Never break a date without a valid reason. We'll keep going through the next couple. And don't apply makeup in public.
Absolutely
And
not, yeah.
This one may be my favorite. Let your date order dinner for you.
Say what? Absolutely. And the other rule was never, always order the cheapest thing on the menu because he may not have any money. And I follow this to this day. I always order the very cheapest thing just in case. No matter what kind of car he drove up in, you never know.
Well, you can go to dinner with us anytime you want.
Well, whether you were dating in the 50s or not, I mean, obviously these rules of that decade definitely did trickle down a little bit, and Linda Larson, I can almost feel your reaction from there.
Let him order for you? Tell him what you want. Whisper it.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah. See, no. But I am driven by giving a reason for declining. I am driven by that because I don't want someone to feel badly.
Even if it's not true?
Oh, yes, even if it's not true. Oh, lie like a rug.
Well, let's see how many of the rules for the guys have kind of stuck around, how many look silly now. All right. Don't honk your horn. You call for your date at the door.
That applies today. Don't honk your horn for me. Come to the door.
Unless you drive Uber, in which case it's perfect.
Yeah, right.
Acceptable. All right, let's see. Ask parents when they want her home. So as if the woman was a piece of property, they're saying. You ask their parents when she should be delivered back to the home.
I'm checking her out. When should I return her?
Like a library book. Yes. Luckily, some things are changing, I hope. Real gentlemen open doors for girls. I struggle with this one, John. I will do this.
No, I think that's a nice thing to do. Or car doors. Yeah, absolutely.
He wouldn't be married to Linda if he didn't.
But I think I do it for everyone. I don't think I just do it.
Not so much out of, trying to keep somebody in their place or demeaning them, but just out of respect.
You know what? I do this for older people. And then I realize they may have been younger than me.
Well, some are
kindness.
just...
Yes.
That's what I was going to say. Some of these are just manners.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
So just the last couple, and this is all in fun, of course. No kissing on the first date.
Absolutely. You are dead if you kiss a guy on the first date.
And they said, guys, bring enough money along.
That's a good thing. I have been asked to chip in.
Yeah, so overall theme.
Never went out with that guy again.
Haven't been dating in a long time, obviously, but I'm wondering, does it still apply that the man always pays?
That's a good question, because I haven't been dating in a while either.
I've been out with boyfriends I dated like 50 years ago, and I offered to pay, and he was very insulted.
Really?
Very insulted. I don't think a modern man would be so insulted.
No. Interesting. Well, the rules of dating may have changed, hopefully since the 50s, but one thing hasn't changed, chocolate. We still love it. And when we come right back, we're going to take a tour of the new chocolate store that opened in downtown Sarasota.
Hot dog.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffy Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. If you're just joining us, we have Chef Joe from Cafe Barboso in the kitchen today. And Joe, it's National Pizza Day.
I know.
Yes. And how fitting that you're here. I understand you have a brand new pizza that's inspired by a partnership with one of our other Suncoast View chefs.
Yes, Savia Sweet with Bob.
Yes, Bob Overholser.
Incredible barbecue sauce. We took his barbecue sauce, and what we did was we took a braised short rib and shredded it with caramelized pineapple and onion and his barbecue sauce and cheddar, and then put it on a pizza, and it's ridiculous.
Oh.
The sauce is, his barbecue sauce is amazing.
It sounds, the pizza sounds amazing. We're so happy for Chef Bob and the partnership between the two of you. That's what the Suncoast is all about.
Absolutely, you support, everybody locally.
Well, we are very excited to join you later on in the show. But first, we're going to have dessert first. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and there is a sweet new place to pick a present for your sweetheart in downtown Sarasota. The fun, bright colors will draw you in, but what you find inside is really going to excite you. Let's take a look.
These are the chocolate wheels. This is dark, this is milk. These wheels are used to temper the chocolate. We set them at 115 degrees at night so that all the crystals in the chocolate marry up and get all feisty with each other. When it gets shiny like that, that means it's in temper. All the crystals are working together, they're all combined to make one chocolate instead of living all over the temperature range.
And this is something you can taste in the end product, a chocolate that is kept in temper and one
You can more feel it than taste it. You'll feel it when you bite into it, it'll have a snap. You'll see it in the look of it. It's shiny, it has a nice glaze to it. It's a beautiful chocolate. This is not in temper. We tested this morning. It wasn't quite in temper, so we give it a little bit more time. We let the crystals combine. That's when you start building product. We make our molds here. We dip Oreos and Nutter Butter, strawberries. This is the back of a pretzel. It has no salt on it. We stick it in the wheel, back up, we roll it so that we get all the chocolate. See how pretty? And then we shake the excess chocolate off. You rub it against the wheel on the non-salty side, and you put it on the tray to dry. Go for it. We do have it. To do a mold, you put the chocolate in the mold cavity and you scrape it off, and then we put it on the vibrating table and off it goes. It shakes the chocolate into the mold and lets all the bubbles come up to the top and release, so that when you demold it, it's a good, clean, shiny, pretty mold without empty cavities of chocolate. You have to get the chocolate feel. You have to know when you look at it whether or not it's in temper. And you learn that over time. I will know when I look at it that too wet outside, we need to close the door. It's too humid. I mean, it's a flow. It's not agitating it. It's the same with gelato. Gelato is not agitated like ice cream is, so it's a smoother, lighter consistency. It's held at a much higher temperature than ice cream, so it doesn't freeze the taste buds on your tongue when you eat it. So it's you get the full flavor. The chocolate's fickle. Just because it's at the right temperature and it looks right, it doesn't necessarily mean it's right. It could come out sticky because it wasn't quite in temper. That the science of chocolate is a lot more difficult than just making chocolate in your house, where you don't really need it to look absolutely perfect. You know, we want our chocolate to look beautiful.
Oh, I have to confess, it was tough, but we did pry ourselves out of that store, and we brought the co-owner, Karen Andrews, in to tell us a little bit more. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
So Peterbrook is a Florida-based company, and I understand the Florida heat inspired one of your more popular products, the popcorn. Tell us the story.
Right. The popcorn was developed when Phyllis Lockwood Geiger was trying to present something on a street fair to her public there in Jacksonville, and she knew that her assortment chocolates would melt in the heat. So she went a block down to the movie theater, bought a giant bag of popcorn, drizzled it with that wonderful Swiss chocolate, and put it out for the patrons to taste the chocolate. The next week, everyone came in wanting the chocolate-covered popcorn. And so we tend to think of it as crack corn, because once you taste it, you're pretty much addicted to it from then on.
Don't hold back, everybody. Go in for a taste.
There's something about the salty and the chocolate that just transcendent. It's great.
And the chocolate itself. I know you really pride yourself on the finest chocolate. Now, you always have great products, but for Valentine's Day, you have some specific things. So let's take a look at I Love the Shoe.
Oh, yes.
Tell us a little bit about the high heel.
The high heel, Richard Goditis comes in our office, in our shop, 3 days a week, and he is a wonderful chocolatier, and he makes some beautiful shoes and beautiful molds. He's a wonderful contribution to the shop. And actually, we've sold all but 2 of our shoes, so he'll be making many, many more.
Wow, and that is solid. That is solid chocolate.
That is solid chocolate.
Wow.
That would make a phenomenal Valentine's Day gift for a woman who loves shoes.
Absolutely. All right, now let's talk. We like wine and we like chocolate, and we don't have to choose with this one. Tell us about the wine.
These are our little assortment bags. These have the 4 flavors of Moo chocolate wine in them. They come in vanilla, chai, espresso, and my favorite, cocoa cappuccino. You can add these to coffee. You can put them in hot chocolate. You can pour them over ice cream. We have one of the ladies in the shop works making all the bows and makes all the pretty decorations. And she had a party where she served martinis made with Moo and vodka.
You had
and they were wonderful. So she had a good
Can I have
time.
seconds on the popcorn?
Sure, absolutely. Help yourself.
Well, actually, speaking of popcorn, this is amazing. This is your chocolate hearts, which come in milk chocolate and dark chocolate. Tell us what is inside.
These molds come from the factory in Jacksonville, and when we get them, we fill them with chocolate-covered popcorn. And then we seal them closed to make sure that the popcorn stays fresh. And when you get them, you break them open, and you have the chocolate mold and the chocolate popcorn.
How wonderful. So right inside, you have chocolate, and then the popcorn is inside. What a great addition to downtown Sarasota. We're thrilled to have you. And we know that you'll be thrilled. You'll want to visit Peterbrook Chocolatier on Palm Avenue in downtown Sarasota. You can also find them online at peterbrook.sarasota.com. All right, we're going to dig into more of the cracked corn, and when we come back, we have help for curly hair with Cutting Loose Salon.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs. And you learned how to not ignore yours. I discovered how to make healthier meals. And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A Bradenton school placed on lockdown today after police say a man made threats involving a gun and a bomb in the school's drop-off lane. And how wearable technology is changing the way diseases are detected. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Bob live at Circus Sarasota. Bob?
Thanks, Jacqueline. A beautiful, beautiful day today. Warm too. We've had a few isolated showers around, but not many at all. Temperature's still pretty warm at this time, 75 degrees. And highs today were once again in the low 80s. Had a little bit of fog around this morning. You can see it's 66 on the dew point temperature. West winds at 9. And you can see that very light rain activity scattered about parts of central Florida, all kind of pushing off toward the northwest at 10 to 15. We'll have the complete details of the weekend weather fork and the big circus in town coming up today at 5. See you then.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now. ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC 7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com, click on the Apps tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Women with straight hair want it curly. Hello. And women with curls want them tamed. And I know curls can be hard to conquer, so I've heard. But Nikki B is here from Cutting Loose, and she's going to give us some hints. So, is it true not all curls are created equal?
Absolutely not. There's actually a different category for each curl, and it does matter what type of curl you have for the type of product you're going to be using on your curls.
Oh, well, let's start with loose curls. What do you do for that?
So loose curls is going to be kind of your first step to curl. It's basically everyone in Florida during summertime.
Oh, yeah.
That's when your hair has a slight bend to it, and what we can do with our We Dad products is encourage more of that to create more movement and bend, but not a full curl from it. So that's considered a loose curl.
Okay, so what about a classic?
So then classic is what the first thing you think of when you think of a curl in hair. That's going to be more of your 2009 Taylor Swift. That nice full spin of a curl, not too tight, and it's that beachy, surfy texture that you can encourage to be a tighter curl as well.
Okay, so, and speaking of tighter curl, what would that look like?
So tighter curls, think of, if you can remember, a telephone cord.
I can.
Oh. Right. So that's going to be a tight curl.
I was thinking Little Orphan Annie. Is that also that?
Yeah,
tight,
exactly.
Tight to the head? All right.
Yes.
Okay, and then there is even one more, and it's the kinky curl?
It's the kinky curl. So when we think
different.
Kinky, we think of a really tight coil. So it's going to be smaller and tighter, spinning around even more than your tight curls.
Okay, it looks like it would be very hard to manage, I'm thinking.
You definitely want the correct products to help encourage that.
Can all types of hair achieve all of these curls, or are some just hopeless? You know, if you have very fine hair.
You're looking at hopeless.
You can, but you might want to use a little encouragement from a hot tool, like a curling iron. So we want to encourage as much of the natural texture in the hair, and then maybe grab our curling iron, depending on what size you're trying to create, and then go in and emphasize that shape.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
speaking of the kinky, the tight, the classic, there is actually more than one happening commonly in most people's hair.
Oh, really?
So it's not that, oh, I'm just a classic curl. I could be a classic and a tight, or I could be a kinky and a tight.
Curls are not exclusive.
Exactly.
Multiple.
So to share and show a little bit of that, we actually have a model, a local YouTuber we brought with us,
yes.
Cecily Alana, and our stylist Talia, to talk about how to manage those 2 curl patterns or 3.
So this was Cece before she came into Cutting Loose?
Correct. This is our
Okay.
before photo of her natural curl without any products. And this is what we can do with the proper products and a little enhancement from a curling iron. So I'm going to let Talia tell you a little bit of how we started with this and what curl patterns Cecily has.
So as Nikki explained, not everyone has the same curl pattern. Cece has mostly a classic curl throughout most of her head. Closer to her face, you can see she has some tight curls. So they're going to have different needs. The classic are going to need more encouragement. The tighter are going to need more hydration and moisture. So we used 2 different curl lines to be able to achieve that, and we used Weedad's signature rake and shake technique to be able to set her hair in its natural curl pattern.
Wow, you really see the texture.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Now.
And you can tell around her front of her face how it is a little bit smaller and tighter curl.
Mhm.
She actually enhanced one side only with a curling iron just so you could see. The other side is a little more attitude and undone. The side that's polished off, it has the curling iron to create more formal effect for her.
Wow, well there's hope for all of us yet. John Scalzi, you and I are going to rock the curls next week.
I want to see that.
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Talia. And thank you, Cece. For all of your hair and product needs, you can find them at Cutting Loose. You can go to their website, cuttingloose.net, or one of their locations here on the Suncoast. Coming up next, we have details about John and Linda's big show at the Players. That's Linda Larson, not Linda Carson.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
If you're looking for a rewarding job you'll love, good news. The perfect job is just a click away. Go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day. It's that easy. Stop searching and go to mysuncoast.com/job of the day to find the perfect job for you.
Well, we had so much fun last week playing couples charades with John Scalzi and Linda Larson, and let's see what happened when they acted out one of our funnier clues. Let's take a look. Oh no.
What?
Bondage?
Jailbird.
S&M.
Ooh.
Dominatrix. Bondage.
50 Shades.
Hey, yes, they killed it at this game, and they guessed 50 Shades of Grey, but you two aren't going to be going to the movies to see that this weekend because you have rehearsals for your big show next week. Tell us how Love Letters is coming.
It's going great.
It is.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what's happening? We can't get all the way through the whole play without crying. And it says in the thing, the director's note, or the playwright's note says, no crying.
No
and we
cry.
can't help it. It's such an emotional, moving, touching, him especially.
No, stop.
You cried, John?
Very, it's such a sweet play, such a
he's
sweet,
out.
wonderful play. And we're doing it on Valentine's Day,
Yes,
which
that's
is
great.
perfect, you know, and the tickets are going. They're selling
That's
fast.
great. So yes,
but
don't
there's still
wait
some
to
available.
get tickets. What they are doing a reading of Love Letters as a benefit for the Players Center. It is February 14th. Great Valentine's Day idea. You can go to theplayers.org to reserve your tickets now. And we're going to be going into the kitchen with Chef Joe from Cafe Barbosa.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Everyone likes the 2018 Honda Civic. For $169 a month, you made Civic the best-selling compact car in America. You'll like Civic's 5-star safety ratings and that KBB.com named Civic a best buy and the most awarded car. Get the 2018 Civic at a payment you'll love. $169 a month today at your local Honda dealer.
Honda, I like it. Oh yeah, I like it.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. This is what coming up at 5 o'clock. A new bill moving through the Senate aiming to make voting more efficient. How more Florida citizens will be allowed to use touchscreen voting equipment. In first alert traffic right now, we're seeing some construction causing backups on State Road 64 and I-75. Now let's get a check on our weather again with Bob and the Big Top.
That's right, Scott. Opening night tonight. They had the dress rehearsal last night. Just talked to Pedro here just a minute ago. Had a successful opening night, and they're expecting more of the same tonight. Great show. It's an experience. You got to come out. Tickets sold out tonight. Still some available, but not many over the weekend. Our weather looks good. 75 right now. We have a few clouds around, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. There are a few isolated showers. 66 on the dew point temperature, 73% humidity. West winds are at 9. You can see the radar picture. Not depicting a lot of rainfall. Every once in a while, a brief shower moves through in some isolated areas. More.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon? You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
Join ABC7 at the all-new 2018 edition of Circus Sarasota. Ovation under the big top at Nathan Benderson Park behind the mall at UTC. Friday, February 9th through Sunday, March 4th. All opening weekend tickets are 20% off courtesy of ABC7. To purchase your discount tickets, visit circusarts.org, the Circus Sarasota box office at the big top, or call 941-355-9805.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Coming up Monday at 4 on Suncoast View, the countdown to Valentine's Day is on. We'll have unique and vintage Valentine's ideas to get ready for the upcoming Rosemary Indie Market. Find out where to go for great trivia action with Sarasota's Trivia Queen, plus talented vocalist Sharon Scott sings Mardi Gras jazz favorites, and the Table Creekside previews their special Valentine's dinner menu.
We are in the kitchen with Chef Joe DiMaggio Jr. from Cafe Barboso.
Oh my God, it's you too. I love you, Joe.
So talk about what you're doing.
So we're making a simple Pinot Noir poached pear with strawberry ice cream. And I'm telling you, it's like literally 30 minutes and you have an incredible dessert for your girl.
It sounds like the perfect Valentine's.
It's simple and beautiful and taste treat, right?
All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start with a simple syrup made of Pinot Noir, a little bit of sugar and clove. So, John, you could dump that right inside
The whole thing here?
The whole thing.
Oh, nice.
Right? We'll get this turned up a little.
So you're mixing this with, do you have to add sugar, did you say?
Yes, a little bit of sugar. So do half of that sugar.
Half the sugar.
Well, that smells good just like that.
It does, it really does.
And then you get about 3 or 4 cloves.
Okay.
Right?
That's it?
Yes.
Okay.
Get that in there. And now you bring this to a boil. And once you bring it to a boil, you want to peel some pears. Now you could do au jus, Bartlett, you could do pretty much any kind of pear.
Any kind of pear?
Yeah. And throw
Okay, you
them
showed
right-
me how to do this earlier, but I don't know. How
Twist
am I
it,
doing?
baby, twist
How
it.
am I doing? Whoa, let's fly it everywhere.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Okay.
You know, they know me by name at the emergency room. Okay,
So
how's
throw that right in.
All right.
Oh,
So
whole
you're gonna
pear?
the whole pear.
Oh, cool.
And then you're gonna poach it for about, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, until they turn blood red. And over here, we have them already made. And then you take it off, but you want to take the pears out, and then you reduce the syrup by almost 2/3.
Oh, so
How do you do that?
does it get thick?
Gets thick and full of love and
Oh.
right.
So how do you do that, though? You just turn it heat down and let it...
No, you turn the heat back up.
Oh.
Do you want like a rapid boil? Do
Like
you
a
want it to just
rapid
like
boil.
exploding in the pan kind of thing?
I mean, if you want it done quickly,
yes,
turn it up, let it go. All right. We serve this at Barboso, and people go crazy for it. I mean, you guys, had it.
I have had it actually, and it is fantastic.
It's amazing.
Right.
It really is. I haven't had it with the strawberry ice cream though, which
No.
sounds unbelievable.
Yes. And we got a 0-fat strawberry ice cream.
Yeah, you did. Don't believe a word he says.
Okay. And Linda, you're going to help me.
All right.
So this is going to take one of the pears, and I'll show you how we do it.
Okay.
And this one we just put down here. Get a little bit of the syrup.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
And just let it go. And we'll put this one over here.
Okay.
And then
All
I'll
right.
give you some more. And then we'll get Joey and Linda in here.
Wow.
And shut that off. But simple.
Oh yeah.
That's how easy this is.
Now this is the kind of a dish I think that would accompany any kind of a meal that you have. Whether it's a meat or a fish or anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
And it's
Absolutely.
sort of healthy.
It's absolutely not healthy. But
Come on, lie to me. Lie to me.
That sounds like something I'm going to love.
All right, Linda and I heard that it wasn't healthy, so we're popping in.
Yes, Linda, I got one for Linda.
That's a
This is for
special
Linda
one.
here.
Hold on.
Right?
What's the difference?
Check your ice
Check
cream.
your ice
You got a special one, Linda.
Oh my
gosh.
Listen, I know I'm married, but
Is this a proposal?
no, but I just wanted you to be my Valentine, so.
It's a diamond ring worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It actually is.
I'm glad I didn't swallow
My
it.
wife let me borrow it for this.
Are you kidding me?
I'm sure she did. That is,
my gosh.
What a
So-
great. Now, this would be great to give to your Valentine with
Yes,
a ring on it.
exactly.
While Linda
Whoa.
Carson considers her proposal.
Oh, it's a
Linda?
yes. It's a
Hey,
yes.
you got one?
That's
Okay.
right. The rules of the 50s say you have to give an immediate answer.
Yes.
So-
oh.
We want to remind you that Cafe Barboso has an amazing
man.
Valentine's menu planned. Go ahead and you can celebrate all week. Thank
Yeah.
you. Can't wait to dive
do you
into this.
think?
Oh, it's awesome.
John and
Oh,
Linda
my
Larson,
goodness.
thank you so much for
Fantastic
being here.
show.
Have a wonderful. Make sure and learn your lines. Don't forget Love
Love
Letters. at the
Letters.
Players,
Yes.
February 14th.
Joe, this
All right.
is awesome.
Thank
It
you,
is so
guys.
good.
Wow, it's amazing.
We're going to
Awesome,
enjoy our dessert. You don't forget, take some time, enjoy the Suncoast view. Cheers.
Isn't that amazing? That is really, really, really good.
Thank you, guys. That was